feel like bitches want to be equal, but they want everything paid for.
And I don't understand that.
Yeah,
you
gotta
have
pick
to
a
do
side.
something.
Yeah, you gotta pick a side.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Mind, Body, and Wine podcast. I'm Nique.
A miracle. This week we're drinking Barefoot Moscato.
Yes, sir.
I feel like it should be a thing. People should suggest wines for us to drink.
We're not red wine drinkers, but we'll try it for you guys.
I won't.
Like 1 week.
I won't.
And if you guys fucking suggest Pinot Noir, I'm gonna block you. And I mean it.
I don't want anything red, okay? I do not like
Sweet
a
red,
glass
maybe.
of water with my wine. It's not a thing here. We like rosé and Moscato and everything yellow that is mid-sweet to sweet as fuck. No dries over here, okay?
No, I'm not a dry girly. I have done some dry rosé, but not to talk, because I'm gonna have cotton out real bad. But we're gonna do our cheers, you guys. Get your glasses. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're annoying.
Okay, so this week's episode is called How to Be a Housewife. And we are not giving you the guide, but we are going to give you our perspectives on how that setup would look for us.
Neither one of us are housewives.
No, but I'm an aspiring one.
Same. I feel like I do a lot of housewife shit.
Yeah, and it comes naturally to me now. Like, it doesn't feel like a chore. So I feel like if I could just do what I do already day to day and have my bills paid, that would be like a great trade-off. Do you want
Okay, so you said do everything you do and have your bills paid.
Right.
Bill pay is not a stipulation for me to be a housewife.
That's where we disagree, and I feel like you go into depth with that.
Okay, so it's not okay. I feel like bill pay to them, like you don't have to pay 100% of my bills for me to feel like a housewife or for me to be a housewife. But a lot of that stems for me differently. Like I feel the need to have to pay for something because of my childhood and having things taken away from me. Like I would never want to live in a space, and not to say like the man that I'm going to be with, the man that I marry is going to like hold it over my head that he pays all my bills.
Right.
But I would never give anybody the opportunity to say that to me.
And I can absolutely.
So when I say 100%, I mean I want you to take like 98.9%.
She wants to pay an internet bill or something.
The Wi-Fi.
And I find that so fucking retarded.
Maybe the water bill here and there.
You might just let him pay everything.
But also like, so I feel like I feel that way because in my previous relationship was a 50-50 type of situation. And I didn't have a problem with that. Like it just was what it was. Everybody, all the bills were paid.
Still cooked and cleaned and did the laundry.
But he did a lot of like manly shit. Like I didn't have to worry about my car being clean. I didn't have to worry about it getting fixed. Like he handled a lot of that shit. So like in a sense, our like whole dynamic was 50-50.
Okay.
But if I needed him to clean, he would clean. Okay. I do the majority of cooking in my relationships.
I don't. Cooking is my like least favorite chore.
I don't like laundry.
I love laundry.
So that's where we differ. Like I will separate it and put it in a washer. But after that, it takes about 7 to 10 business months. I will
separate it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and put it all back in the jar.
I will separate it and wash it. Drying and folding is just not my forte.
I recently did my boyfriend's laundry, like right before he went on a trip. He brought it in a bag, and I had it washed, laundered, and folded back in the bag.
I am still operating out of a hamper of clothes that I washed 2 months ago. So I have drawers and I have a whole dresser. But after they come out of the dryer, it's like, why would I fold them and put it back just for me to wear them and put them back in the hamper? It might as well just stay in the fucking hamper.
So I don't have to dig through the fucking hamper every time I want to get dressed. I just want to pull something. My stuff, this is how I have OCD real bad, you guys. So my sets have its separate drawer and it's like folded in a certain way. I can pull the whole set out at once. My leggings, my denim is in a different drawer. Like my professional clothes are in different. Like I'm very organized.
Okay, I feel like my drawers are like my pajamas. Like all my sleep clothes are in one drawer.
Yeah.
I have 2 drawers for tops.
Right.
and then I have I have 2 drawers for workout stuff. So that could be sets. It could be like loosey goosey leggings, stuff like that,
Mhm.
bras. And then I have 2 drawers for bottoms, and that is like sweatpants. That's jeans. Jeans are separate though,
Yeah,
cause
my denim is in a different
yeah.
drawer.
And then I have a drawer for socks, a drawer for like my underwear and bras,
Yeah, me too.
and then I have 2 drawers on the bottom of my dresser that are like seasonal shit. So like in the wintertime, it's sweaters and like really heavy like sweatshirts, and in the summertime, it's like 1 drawer swimsuits, 1 drawer is like maxi dresses and rompers and
Yeah,
stuff like that. But none of that shit is folded.
I'm super black, so all my seasonal stuff goes in tote until the season
Oh
comes.
yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I have seasonal totes.
But I'm working on getting my walk-in closet together because I just want everything to be out all at once. And
My
like
apartment has a lot.
one section will be this is the winter clothes.
Some rich people shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But on a budget because my walk-in closet is going to be bookshelves from Walmart.
In that period. Okay, so for me, my housewife arrangement, and me and my boyfriend have discussed this, not really in detail, but just kind of like the gist of what we want it to look like. I don't like to cook. I can cook. It tastes pretty decent. Miracle has had it before.
Decent, I think, is an understatement. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit.
Thanks, friend. But I cook, but I don't like to cook. So we agreed that like maybe once or twice a week would be good for me. But everything else, like cleaning the
Lanique's
house,
current boyfriend is also a chef, so
yeah,
that makes makes a lot of
it's a
sense.
good trade off. Yeah, it's a good
I
trade off.
swear.
But I'm a cleaner. Like Miracle will tell you, I'm vacuuming all the time. I'm sweeping
Hell yeah.
unnecessarily. I'm always wiping something down. Like
I think that that's where me and you differ
yeah.
because, well, I feel like we differ a lot in like what the typical arrangement would be. But like, I believe like I could cook every day
Mhm.
if he did the cleaning,
Yep.
and that's kind of our dynamic. Like, I do a lot of like big cleaning, like spring cleaning. I pretty much handle so like like sweeping everything, dusting everything, changing out
Right.
I don't want to say filters and stuff because he does it for us. But like, really big cleaning stuff, like pulling the couch out and sweeping and mopping behind the couch and stuff like that. I do a lot of that. But day to day cleaning, like picking stuff up off the
The
floor and like
dishes, I do that every day.
mm-mm,
I have a dishwasher that I
no, no. He'll do the dishes more than me.
don't
I am the cook. So my man claims to know how to cook, but we've been together for almost a year and he has not cooked for me once. So I think that he's lying. But I do all of the cooking, and I have no problem with that because I love to cook.
She's so good at it.
I love like watching people eat my food,
And I'll
like
be
and
fucking
being
it
like,
up.
oh my god, this is so good. Like that
It's so
brings so
good.
much joy to my heart. So I love to cook, but cleaning is just like I'm like borderline slob, but it's organized chaos. Like I said with my clothes, like them being in a hamper, I feel like I know exactly where things are. But when I put them away, I'm like, oh, where the fuck is this shirt at? I'm like looking for the shirt.
I feel like I have to have like
But I also have a
things
lot of
have to
clothes
have a
too.
home or I'm gonna like fucking lose my shit.
I have a lot of clothes, like an unnecessarily amount
Me
of
too.
clothes.
My dresser's full, my closet's full. There's still clothes in my
When
hamper,
me and my
probably.
boyfriend got together, I gave him a drawer and it was enough for his stuff. And I have all 11 of the rest. And it's not enough for my stuff. He had a drawer. I was like, you need another one? He's like, no, I'm good. And it was enough. But he has enough clothes that he wears. So like when it's time for him to do laundry, he don't have no more clean clothes. I don't do laundry until I either run out of underwear or I run out of things to wear.
I would do laundry once a week.
What's wrong?
I do laundry once a week, and I
Mm-mm.
as a wife would probably maintain that because now I would be doing laundry for three people. So I have to do laundry for me and my daughter. So as a wife, I would have to keep that schedule so everybody
I
would
feel
have
like
clothes.
everybody would have enough stuff so that I would do laundry
No,
like
I would
once
fucking
every
freak out.
3 weeks or a month.
Once things start overflowing, I start overflowing.
Hmm.
So I have to wash it. Like
No.
I can't
I could
leave
do
it
laundry once a
overflowing.
week, but I don't.
I launder once a week. I
I
wash
can't. Okay, so
dishes.
perfect like situation.
Right.
You do the laundry,
I do all the cleaning.
all the cleaning, all the laundry, cook once or twice a week,
Yeah.
and all your bills are paid.
Yeah.
Okay. My perfect scenario, I do all the cooking,
Hmm.
some of the cleaning,
No laundry.
Oh fuck. Well, I'll separate laundry. Can we
Like,
do
will
50?
you'll help with the
Can we do
laundry?
50-50 on the laundry? Like
How do you 50-50 laundry?
I
Because I feel like
wash and
once you start
separate.
it, you might as well just go ahead and
I
do it.
separate and wash
What the
and put
fuck?
them in the
So
dryer,
okay,
and
so
then
if
you
you
can fold
fold,
them. Yeah,
okay, okay, that's 50-50 then,
yeah,
I guess.
you can fold it.
But I can't because I'm anal about it. So like,
Oh, I don't give a
things
flying
have to
fuck.
be done. It has to
No,
be a certain amount of detergent. Like they have to be folded a certain way. Things have to go together. The socks have to be folded. Like I can't. That's why I have to do it myself because
my socks are in my sock drawer, loosey goosey, and I go and fish
fuck
for
that.
for
How the
matches
fuck do
every
you?
day.
Hell no. My socks are matched up. I pulled. I put my outfits together the day before,
No.
and I do it for my daughter too.
Mm-mm.
So everybody's like
Okay,
got this
so
out.
I will clean every day. Some of the no, I will cook every day. Some of the cleaning, some of the laundry,
Yeah.
and the majority of the bills you pay. Don't gotta be all of them, but majority of them.
Okay. Well, thought provoking question since we are discussing the housewife thing. Do you think there are room for women that have our mentality within like the modern feminist movement? Because I feel like it's very anti us.
No, I feel like bitches want to be equal, but they want everything paid for.
And I don't understand that.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
have to
pick a
do
side.
something.
Yeah, you gotta pick a side. Like I understand equality in the sense of like, you know, you want to be able to make the same amount of money as a man because sometimes women do things better. I'll say that. There are some jobs where women do things better.
Hmm.
So you should be paid as such. I
Hmm.
think that like and when we get into like jobs and like salaries and stuff like that, it should be based off of your level of expertise and not like,
Absolutely. You should
you
know
know,
how much
your
you know
sex.
what you're doing.
But I think that like because there's so much hyper equality, like the role of the woman in a relationship is like kind of dying down. But I also is because gender norms are shifting too.
Yeah, and I feel like it's killing the gender roles, but not in like a anti.
Yeah. But I will do typical gender roles. Like if my man caught me right now, and it's so crazy because you said you and your boyfriend have talked about this, and me and my man have. In his mind, he does not want to get married until I can quit my job
And
and
that
he
makes
can pay
sense
for
to
everything.
me. Yeah,
Like he has said to me, like I'm not ready for marriage until I can put you up.
I can take care of you.
And I feel like for me, that's not a requirement in my relationship, but I would like to have the option. Like I would like to be with someone where that's an option,
Hmm.
where I could like come home one day and be like, I don't want to work no more, and they'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
And I also want to reiterate, in terms of the feminism thing and my perfect scenario in terms of the housewife thing. For the feminism situation, I am not anti-feminist. I just believe that feminism should be inclusive. We should
Mm,
allow the women that do um, think that traditional gender roles are important. We should
mm,
allow them room in the space without making them feel like they're less than because a man is controlling them financially or anything like that.
no.
Like there should just be room for everybody to do whatever the fuck
But
they want to do.
you've said like in conversation that you would be cool with your man like giving you an allowance and like
Yeah.
being able to.
Like if I had like, so in that realm we have talked about that loosely.
Yeah.
So like I would need an allowance that was great enough for me to go to Target at least once a week because I have to go.
Target is fucking expensive, bitch.
Exactly. So I need at least $500 a week.
Five to what?
$600 a week
A week.
to spend. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, so and I think my mindset is different too because I am building what's the word? Like building it for me to always be making money no matter what I'm doing.
I agree.
So like I have multiple businesses, I have multiple things that I want to do and like it doesn't stop where I'm at. Like I have more business ventures and more things that I want to accomplish. So like even if I wasn't physically like clocking in every day, I would still be making money.
Yeah.
I think for me, when you hear housewife, you hear like a woman is giving away like her
Freedom.
ability to make money or
Yeah.
like giving away her like will to make money
Mm.
to like stay at home and take care of kids, which is a like a large feat. Like that's not something, that's not like, oh, well, but you just be at home taking care of kids. Like, no, that's a lot. But
I've been a stay-at-home mom. It is a lot.
yeah. And then also like, that's a lot. But I think even if I had the option to stay at home and like not have to clock into a job, I would still be making money. And
I agree.
That's how I want it to be. Like I want to be. I don't want my man to feel like, well, damn, bitch, you didn't spend $16,000 in the last month. Like I want to be able to spend $16,000 a month and not nobody check me.
Which is a great segue to what I was saying about my perfect scenario. The reason why I would do it that way, have him control a lot of the finances up front, is because I'm in school. So, and I plan on
Mm,
getting my doctorate degree. So, in getting my doctorate degree, I'm going to be in school for another 5 or 6 years.
yeah.
And I would appreciate the support of not having to work in the process, because I feel like trying to be a mom, and like I do it now, trying to be a mom, working and going to school, like I drop one of the balls all the
Mm-hmm.
time.
It's
So
hard to
like to
juggle.
not have to worry about finances would be a great lift off. And little tidbit, I do plan on retiring my husband. So like once I get my doctor's degree and I start my nonprofits and like I have good money rolling in,
Mm-hmm.
you can have a seat. You
Yeah.
just take a break. You've done enough.
Okay, so your like housewife scenario is only up until the point where
It's
you can
temporary. Yep.
retire him.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you feel like men are secure enough to like accept that?
My man is, but I don't know. I don't know for the general public. I feel like certain men, practically speaking, probably would,
Mm.
because once you've taken care of somebody and you've paid bills for a certain amount of time, like you want a break.
Yeah.
You want to be able to just have your money for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like the ultimate alpha male would have a problem with a woman taking care of him, because it's like a pride thing. Like
Yeah.
my woman paying all my bills is crazy.
Yeah. I
But
feel
if we
like
go up how I think we're gonna go up, it won't really matter who's paying the bills. Like we're
yeah,
gonna be set regardless.
right. No, I feel like I've had this conversation with my man and he would be like, fuck ass no. Because I feel like he's like a man's man. Like he works with his hands. He can build
Mhm.
you a fucking house from the ground up. Like
We love a
if
blue
I
collar
said
man.
to him like I can just imagine like that
Fuck no.
conversation like
He'll be like, fuck no.
he might call me a
Quickly.
bitch. Like he has never disrespected me in that like called me out of my name capacity,
Mhm.
but I feel like if I was like, I'm finna pay all your bills, babe, he would be like, no, the fuck you're not.
I mean, I probably wouldn't like offer to pay all the bills. Like that would be an option, but I would probably like let him start up a company on my dime.
Mm,
Like, what do you want to do, babe?
yeah, like invest in him.
Mhm. Since he invested in
I
me,
feel like I would do that now though.
I feel like you would too. But I just,
I've offered, but I've been said no. Like the what you call it response has been no. Like I would invest in it again in a sense of like I'll pay for your LLC.
Mhm.
I'll pay to get you like started
Yeah.
and help like I think too because I've already been through the like establishing a business process. I'll pour into you in a way of like letting you know what my mistakes were so that you don't make them and you can really do this shit the right
And I feel like that's meaningful.
way. Yeah. Some men don't be wanting to accept that though.
Some men aren't capable of learning from women though. They just don't feel like they have anything to learn from.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact. And it don't even have to be like real life crazy like
Just
stuff.
basic shit. They
And I
just
think that
don't.
is my man. My man do not like to learn
I feel like my boyfriend doesn't necessarily have a problem learning from me. It's just like the way that he has to learn it. Like it's the fact that he has to understand that he's actually not the perfect partner.
from a woman.
Like he's
Well,
not.
let me not say he doesn't like to learn from me. I think it's a little bit challenging for him
Mhm.
because he told me a couple nights ago that I taught him a lot, and I was like,
Did you really get the lesson?
did you really?
I don't
But
remember.
sometimes it feels like in order for him to like receive what I say to him, he has to hear it from a man.
Yeah. But I
Like,
feel like most men have that problem. And it may not be a sexist thing for some,
hmm
but I also feel like it, especially in the black community, is a lack of a father thing.
mm.
Like
I mean,
having that over voice is a lot more persuasive than just hearing it from like your nagging girlfriend.
right. I was going to say too because you said like if you take the second side of it, sometimes it could be like they just need to hear it more than once.
Mhm.
Because I'm like that in some capacity. Like it don't matter who it is, but I can hear it from you and then hear it from somebody else, and I'm gonna listen because somebody else said it. But that was probably like the third time that I heard it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's that, but I feel like one story in particular, like, and I feel like I just was telling Reese this story too. The story with the dog and how
Yeah.
like selling puppies, like if you breed your dog and like selling puppies, we had a conversation and he was like, oh, like, I only want an X amount of dollars. And I was like, what the, like, what? Our dog is way more than that. And if we have like pure huskies, they're worth a
Like
pretty penny.
$10,000.
And he was just like, nah, like, I don't want the drama. Like, I just want, to get my money up front. It's cool. And that night, he took the dog on a walk and he came across a family that also owns a husky. And they told him how much they paid for his husky or their husky or whatever. And he ran home like, hey, they told me they paid $8,000 for it. I was like, I know. Like,
I
this is
just
what I was
told you
trying to tell
that.
you.
Yeah.
And it was like we had that conversation like not even 2 hours prior. And he was like, you was right. I was like, yeah, I'm always right.
It'd be like that.
But sometimes it's not even the fact that it's coming from a woman, it's just you need to hear it again.
Mhm. So when you talk about,
We're not using names, babe. You keep
sorry,
forgetting.
damn, I keep it's hard not because it's like
Just say
having a
you're your
regular.
man. Yeah, I know.
When you talk to your man,
Mm-hmm.
who's not your man, that is your man, about being a housewife, how does that conversation go? Because I was literally just talking to Reese today,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to know, like, and this is a question for the audience. You can kind of throw it in the comments if any of our, dudes are watching.
Mm-hmm.
How do men get to that place where they start thinking about, like, I want a wife,
Mm.
and what will that look like? Like, when you bring that up to him, what is that conversation like, being married and having an
So I
arrangement?
feel like when we first started dealing with each other, I said to him like very explicitly, like, I want to be a wife.
Hmm.
And if that is not your end goal, then leave me the fuck alone. Like, and
Same.
that was the conversation. And so that was like a twofold. Like, I wanted to make sure he knew that that was my end goal and I'm dating to marry.
Hmm.
But I also came from a relationship where marriage was not important to him.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to fall into that again.
Yeah.
And so like when we talk about it in his mind, like I said previously, like he doesn't feel like he's ready to marry until he can pay for everything. And in his like the marriages that he's been exposed to, the man essentially retired the woman. So like he talks about his grandparents a lot.
Hmm.
And his whole life his granddad worked and his grandmother did not.
Oh,
And
wow.
so
My
like that's
grandmother
what he
worked.
knows. And he said to me like when we get married you ain't working, and I was like, LOL. You got the wrong bitch. And like I don't know if that's how I will feel once I'm married, but like my mindset now is I want to keep working until I don't want to work no
I mean, it depends on when you get married, because when we pop off, sissy, it won't really be work.
more. Facts. But so like I feel that way if I got married tomorrow. Like I would
Yeah,
still want to keep working.
of
But
course.
10 years from now I might feel differently. We might have a couple kids, we might,
Yeah,
So I have excuse me, I have said that when I have kids, I want to take a break. Like
I
I want to
agree.
be able to have my kid and be there for at least until they go to daycare. And then, or like if it's, I don't know, I might not want my kids to go to daycare. I don't really
I
know what that
didn't.
feels
It
like.
was like a forced situation.
Yeah. So like if it's until they go to school, like realistically your kids don't go to school until they're 4.
Hmm.
So that 4 year span, I would want to be a stay at home mom. But I would want to be able to dabble in. But in his like I remember we had an argument about it. Well, not really an argument, but we were definitely like butting heads.
Hmm.
Because he feels like once we're married, it's a wrap. Like I'm not working no more.
Right.
And I'm such an independent woman,
Imagine her not going to work.
girl. That's crazy.
Pause for dramatic effect. Like, what the fuck? This bitch does not know how to
I
sit
be
down.
working. I be
She's
working
at
after
home
work.
at 9 a.m. calling me like, so I was just thinking, like, maybe I should just, do X, Y, and Z. And it's like starting a whole new business
Yeah.
at
I have
9:30.
a lot of business like ventures in my mind. And if I wasn't trying to do all of them at the same time
Yeah, one of
and
them would pop
poured
off.
into each individual one, they would pop off like how I need them to.
Of
But
course.
because I be trying to like give this one 30%, give this one 30%, give this one 30%, it be like a little weird. But nah, I'll never forget the first time we ever talked about marriage, we were actually in the shower together. And I was like, when do you see? Because I feel like men have a clock, like in their mind.
I
They
would
know
agree.
You don't agree?
I don't think men have a clock. I think that
Not a clock and when they want to be married, but they know by a certain point if they want to marry the girl that they're with.
I
So
don't even
like
think it's
in their
that.
mind, in 2 years, you know if you want to marry that bitch.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I think that men come to that consensus when they've done the work on themselves because they don't even think to commit and
I don't
like
agree. Well, and so I don't agree, but I've also had conversations with men, and I've had some men tell me like I know if a girl is gonna be my wife after the first date, and that's why I don't call back.
not that I don't call back.
Girl. So like I asked
I'm
him
sorry,
what
guys.
his like internal clock was. Like if you like if by this point you don't feel like you want to marry me, are you gonna let me go? Was my question.
And he said no.
He said like in his mind, his internal clock is not like 1, 2, 3. It's I gotta see you through every season of your life, or not every life of your life, but like every season. So we got together in the summer. We need to go to the next summer for me to know if I want to marry you. And by that point, I'll know if I want to marry you. And after I know that I want to marry you, it's a matter of when I want to marry you.
Okay. Well, maybe I. Well, since you explained it that way, I can probably see
So
it.
like he said, I need to see you through every season.
Mhm.
And every season might not necessarily be 1 year. It could be 2 years. It could be 3 years because there's different seasons that you go through the seasons,
Emotionally in your
right?
life.
So like every season and every emotion, I need to see how you handle things. I need to see like what that looks like for you. And then I'll know if I want to marry you. And if I do want to marry you, it's no longer a matter of like if I see myself marrying you. It's a matter of when I'm going to marry
For sure. I feel like the conversation that me and my boyfriend have had about marriage is like he's got a lot hanging over his head. You
you.
know, I won't really put his business out, but
Yeah.
he's got a lot hanging over his head. So the running joke between us is we're waiting on one of the swords to fall because
Mm.
that would be the defining
Yeah.
thing of our relationship. Like if we can get through one of those things happening,
Yeah.
then we can probably get through anything.
Right. You know, we don't talk about it in terms of that. It's more so like, and so what I said to him, especially coming from a long term relationship, I've said like I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to be 2, 3 years in and you like, oh, you know what, this ain't really what I'm thinking. You might not be the one for me
Right.
because I feel like the little girl in me that I was gonna be married by now.
And I think that is the problem with both of us. Like we have put ourselves on this clock,
Mm.
and it's like coming up. Like my
Girl,
clock was 26, so I have
25 was
5
mine.
years left to get it right.
25 was mine, which means
You got
by
two
next
years.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, next
Well,
year, bitch, I'll be 25,
yeah.
24 next month
Damn. You only have a year left
to be married.
in your mind,
Yeah.
but like that's not like a
And so I guess for me, and I feel like this is something we talk about, is marriage the end all be all for you?
no.
Okay.
Um, I always see marriage as like a beginning of a new journey.
Mm.
I don't see it as my end goal. I see it as experiencing my life with another. Like I'm committed to experiencing my life with another person, and like
Okay.
the phases that I'll go through in
Yeah.
our relationship will just be like milestones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like it's the end all be all for me, but I want to be married.
Yeah.
So like in my mind, I'm not having kids until I'm married.
Please wait.
And I feel like when I say that to people, they be looking at me crazy, but like, and not to say like once you're married, you can't get a divorce or like, you know, that relationship can't end, but it's a lot harder to end a marriage than it is to end a relationship. And so for me, I'm not bringing kids into a relationship. I'm bringing it into a marriage.
Yeah.
And I've said that like, and I always say, cause I'm on birth control and, you know,
I
I
am
have the
too.
one of the ones that is inserted into your uterus. I got like 3 years left. And I'm like, you need to marry me in 3 years because I'm not getting another one. So
Yeah.
if in 3 years I'm not married, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of bastards.
I mean, from a baby mama, I think that you should definitely wait. From a child, from a product of divorced parents, I don't really feel like it's the piece of paper that matters. It's the dynamic between the two people having kids.
Right.
So make sure the person that you choose to have kids with is somebody that you could be around even if you're not in a relationship with
Hmm.
I absolutely, as tumultuous as me and my baby father can really get,
Mhm.
we are friends.
Yeah.
And when we are parenting, nothing else matters.
Right. Yeah. I feel that. And I feel like that is, I don't know. I feel like when you're in a relationship and it doesn't work, it's because you don't be tapping into that friendship that you have with that
Yeah.
person.
You have to be able to communicate.
But even just like going back to just like chopping it up and having a friendship,
If I can't joke with you, are we really together?
girl. I feel like me and my man are just as sarcastic.
No, and then it's so crazy because when you guys are good, like when they're cool, like when they're friends, they are friends.
It's fucking hilarious.
Like they talk how we talk.
Mm.
Y'all don't know how we talk yet, but they talk how we talk.
Like even yesterday, we've been going through a little like speed bump, and I feel like even yesterday, like he came in, we had a conversation and stuff like that. He was trying to joke with me, and I was like, "Nigga, I'm not fucking with you. Like, it's not that type of party."
And she
Like,
was giggling because she be giggling.
giggling, absolutely giggling. Like, okay, so I'll say in the beginning of our relationship, the way that like I would say I won him over was through cooking because that's something that I do very often. I do very well.
She cooks every night.
I do, and I did for a really long time. And then we got into like this rough spot, and I was just like, "Fuck you, nigga. I don't care what you eat. Eat a fucking bag of bricks." So I was eating before I went home, and he would come in and be like, "What's for dinner?" I'd be like, "Air sandwiches. I already ate, nigga. Fuck you." So he came over yesterday, and I cooked, and I didn't want to because I didn't want it to feel like I was cooking to get his attention because that wasn't really the situation. I had a taste for something and I wanted to make it, and that was the only reason that I cooked what I cooked. He walked in and was like, "It smells good in here. Let me get a plate." And I was like, "No." It stood on that shit. He only tasted what the fuck I ate because he snuck into the kitchen and ate some of it.
Because he's a fucking gremlin.
But like, he thought that was so funny.
It is.
And we're in the kitchen, and it's so crazy because there's a
It's
height difference.
hilarious.
There's about a foot
And
of
some
height.
change.
Yeah, I'm 5'2". I'm 5'2". He's 6'3". So I go into the kitchen and he's like trying to eat the shit. He takes a bowl and literally is just like this in the kitchen, like,
What you gonna do?
go ahead and
That's
get it,
so funny.
get it. I dare you to. And I'm like, bro,
I'm not jumping up and down. You're not gonna embarrass me.
give me my fucking food, bro. Like,
You're not gonna embarrass me.
I made it. I bought the food. Like, just hand it over. And he's like, get it, nigga. He got the fork. His arms is so fucking long. He's in the fucking bowl, all the way up here, fucking eating it. All right, bet. I won't never cook for you again.
Yes, you will.
All right. I didn't come here to be attacked.
It's cool. I love my nigga too. He gets on my fucking nerves, and I love him.
No. Fuck that nigga.
All of them.
FTN. Okay. Fuck nigga free.
No.
Was I on the phone with you the other day when we was on the phone and I said, let's play fuck nigga free?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he hung up. Next year was boop boop boop. He was mad.
Yeah, and it's crazy because he be pushing my buttons as much as I be pushing his.
And as soon as he gets too mad, he just hang up.
Okay. Question. This is like side note, but
Yeah.
do you feel like signs play a factor into your relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay, what are you? Okay, you're a Libra. What's your man?
He's a Gemini. Exactly. Do I even have to say anything else? Is there anything else to say? Pray for me.
Yikes.
Me and Kim K are in the same boat.
That's crazy.
I love him anyway, though.
It's crazy because my best friend is a Gemini. Love her to death. My ex is a Gemini. Hey, it's fucking good.
Gemini men are crazy. All of them.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
And then what's crazier about them, right? So I believe that my soulmate is a Gemini because every Gemini that I've come in contact, we've clicked. But with him, the thing that I've noticed is he is not as nonchalant as I am, and I'm used to Gemini men being like, I don't give a fuck,
right?
And he is so give a fuck, like he gives a fuck real bad, and
he's like on the tail end of Gemini, right?
No, he's the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's right in the middle.
Okay, I was gonna say because sometimes like when the tail end, they be cutting into Cancer world,
and I think that he has Cancer
in his
sun.
Yeah,
because he's emotional.
I need to figure out what my 3 are. I'm about to figure
look it up.
My man is a Capricorn.
Oh god. And
And
he's avoidant as fuck.
oh,
Shit, bro. Damn it.
my man is a Capricorn. Let's start
He
it over.
avoids everything. Like her man, he does not talk about nothing. Like if he's pissed, he'll go out there and play the game for hours. Just be down there.
But it's avoidant, but also like nonchalant in a sense. He's very
I
nonchalant.
think me and him are very parallel in the way that we handle conflict, and it pisses her off so bad.
Bro, her and my man are like this. Me and her man are like
Yeah,
this.
they react the same. Like she was like, I would come to her about something he's pissed at me about, and she'll be like, I would have been mad too. Like I would be livid, and I'm like, for what? Like, what are you livid for?
Oh my
That is the
god. Okay, can we
principle.
talk about the build a bear situation? God damn, I cannot get that out.
Build a bear situation. What happened to Build a Bear?
You don't remember? You posted that shit.
Oh yes. Okay, so I fucking posted on my story, like my public story. No niggas taking me out to Build a Bear, so I'm single or some shit like that, right? In my mind, that means I want to go to Build a Bear, right? I want my boyfriend to take me. He slides up. No, he doesn't slide up. He texts me on some wild shit like, "You're posting this, da da da. da. You're making it seem like you're single. You let them niggas take you." Then I'm like, pause. I didn't even mean it like that. Like I wanted to go with you. Like I'm asking you subliminally to go on a date, and I call Miracle, like, he's pissed. And she's like, yeah, I probably would have been too. Like, you knew what you were doing. What? I don't know what I'm doing. She goes downstairs. She's like, babe, if I posted this, would you be mad? And he's like, no, I would have just thought you wanted to go to Build a Bear. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
absolutely how the
you.
conversation went. Like, if I would have seen that, so like I was telling her, like, if my nigga would have posted, the post was like something like, "I'm single until
Somebody
my
take me to Build a
man,
Bear.
yeah, somebody take me to something, something." So I'm like, if my man posted, "I'm single until somebody take me to a football game," I'm gonna go rock his world, and I don't mean rock his world in terms of sexual. I'm gonna go rock his world,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm gonna
bust his
beat
fucking
him the
teeth
fuck
in.
up. Like,
And I'm like, why don't you
what
just
the fuck
find
do you mean?
him?
Why are you telling the world you're single? Because I didn't take you to no game. So
That's
you
the
telling the whole
point.
fucking world you single?
No, I'm asking
Uh
my
uh uh
partner.
uh 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 uh. Fuck ass no. Absolutely not.
That's there it is. That's the
Lenny, I
disconnect.
can't do this because I don't know what time I was born. So we really gonna have to table this. At the beginning of the next episode, I'm gonna tell y'all my victory.
Yeah, she has
Because I gotta
to.
go home and look at my birth certificate.
You have it
What?
tangibly in your house.
Yeah.
I love that for
You don't have
you.
your birth certificate?
No, my mommy has it.
Well, my mommy ain't here, babe. It's in my
Don't do
keepsake
that.
box.
See how you just
I'm serious. I
you
had
love
to.
your mama Miracle. Shout
Reese's
out to
mommy
you.
used to hold my birth certificate for
Did
me.
she?
Hmm?
Shout out to
She
Reese's
got
mama.
everybody. She got everybody. I used to be like, "Can I have my social security card?" She got that. She actually, what's crazy is when I lived with him, his mom had like, she has like manila folders that she puts everybody's stuff in. I still have the same manila folder. And
Really?
all my shit is in there. Like my driver's license, like my permit that I had, my birth certificate, my social security, I keep my passport in there. She didn't play no games. She wasn't losing nothing.
Shout out to Reese's mom.
Seriously.
Shout out to the organized mommy.
Nah.
I'm
Sissy,
an
when it comes
organized
to the
mommy too.
documents, she gonna know where it's at.
All
She
my
don't play
baby
no
stuff
games.
is in the same place. I have a folder. It's pink. It's just for her stuff. It has all her doctor's appointment folders, all her checkup stuff, her birth certificate.
Now
I carry her social with me. But
okay. Now I have like an accordion folder, and like every little tab is like something. So like my documents are in one, the deed to my house is in one, all my credit card little pieces of paper is in one, and like I just, real adult shit.
sidebar: if you don't have your documents in a good place, do that now. Don't ever
Right now,
get
pause the
40.
video and go do that.
Yeah, don't ever get 40 and don't know where your social security card is. That's not good. Should always know where all your vital documents are at all times.
I think I have. I'm not gonna cap. I think I have 2 copies of my social security card.
How did you manage to do that?
Because I think I applied for one because I lost it and then I ended up finding one.
Oh.
So one of them I keep in my wallet,
Mhm.
and one of them is like in a keepsake space.
Okay. Well, one of them isn't valid probably because I don't think
I
you
don't
can
think that's
have
the
two
thing.
identification. Is it the same number?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the same number. Then you should be fine.
Yeah.
But if it's a different number, then one of them isn't valid.
No, I think they're both the same number. I think they
Okay, well
just
then
copy
perfect.
like print that shit.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely have 2 copies.
Cool. So for the older women that are probably going to listen to this podcast, we're going to have to clear this up. Why, as super young women, are we so ready to be married? Because I feel like I get that a lot when I talk to older women about this arrangement. They're just like, live your life. Like, why do you want to be attached to somebody?
Okay. Why is it a narrative that you can't live your life as a married woman?
I want to. Why do I have to explain why I want to? That's where I'm stuck at. Like, as a younger woman, I don't want to be single. Do you fucking know what it's like to date in this day and age?
Bro, niggas is ghetto.
Find you a man and marry him quickly.
Facts. And a good one, Savannah. Because what the fuck? Okay, so I have never experienced that. I feel like
Really,
the
all the
older,
older women in your life are encouraging you to be a wife.
um, they're encouraging me to find a good one and keep it.
Hmm.
Not necessarily like marriage, because I think a lot of the people, the older women that I have encountered, have either ended long-term relationships or they've been divorced.
Hmm.
And so, like specifically, if I'm talking about my bonus mom, Kenyatta, she's been through a divorce, and her whole mindset is just like she don't want me to go through what she went through. So
My
like,
mom is
make
the same way.
sure you are with the person that you feel like you're going to be with. But she'll also say to me, like, if I was in your shoes, I would do the same thing over again. Because in that moment, you feel like you're making the right decision. So nobody is going to know it's not going to work until it don't work.
Yeah.
And I don't live in a state of fear in my relationship. So like, if this is the person I feel like I'm going to be with, I'm going to be with them. No
Yes.
matter what anybody else says.
And I agree. My mom takes a completely different approach. Like
Okay.
she's very pro live your life, travel, get to know you, don't tie yourself down to anybody.
Get to know you is something that I've heard, but I also am not a firm believer in you can't get to know yourself while you're with somebody else.
But I also feel like I've been through so much life. Like I'm 21 physically and 35 in the brain. Like what else can I get to know about myself before I can get married at this point?
I feel like your your desires and your needs within your relationship change over time.
Hmm.
And I think like especially when I talk to Kenyatta, she'll say to me, you have to make sure you're with somebody that can mold and like change what they provide as you change
Yeah, to
because
accommodate you. Yeah.
exactly. But I think that that's something that just comes along with being in a relationship because they're going to change. Their needs are going to change as well.
Exactly.
So like being with somebody that can conform to whatever you need when you need it is part of being in a relationship.
Hmm.
Because the person that you fell in love with, I mean, even like me and my man have been together for 11 months. Well, it'll be a year next month. And who he was when we
Sorry
got
guys, my
together,
mom's calling up to know that I'm filming.
who he was when we got together is not the person that he is right now.
Yeah.
And it's the same for me. So like in the beginning, I needed to know that you were going to be consistent, that you actually had an interest in me, that like there was this long list of things that I needed in order to make you my boyfriend. And now that you are my boyfriend and you've been my boyfriend for almost a year, I still need to know that you're interested, and I still need like it's like communication. It's like you have to keep letting me know that you desire me, and like things change over time. And so I feel like on my end, the older women in my life are not like, oh no, don't be a wife. It's more so just make sure you're with the person that you feel like you need to be with.
Hey.
But that prayer to God be hitting
Hello.
different.
Hello. In that regard, I do agree because, especially in my situation, my boyfriend having, a looming death coming in the
Hmm.
family, like, I'm falling in love with somebody that he will never be again after that
Mm.
happens. And I have to, as his girlfriend, be prepared to love who he will be after.
Yeah,
And
that's
that is,
deep.
like, really, yeah.
That's deep. You think you can though?
I think I can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I met him for this reason specifically. I feel like I have the tools to keep
Okay.
him level.
Question.
Hmm.
If you and your boyfriend were to not be able to make it work, like in terms of a relationship, do you think you would still have like a friendship
Of course.
because of this looming death? Like he's gonna need people in his corner and
And I
shit like
told him that. I told him, nobody deserves to go through what you're about to go through by themselves.
that. Mm-hmm.
Whether we, make it to marriage or not, you can always call me. I'm never going to shut the door in your face.
That's true. Yeah. I feel like that like whole like trauma situation is just something that like is a that could be a whole another
girl.
47-hour conversation. Like,
No, with the trauma stuff, especially with our partners,
whew,
like that shit runs so fucking
deep.
so fucking. And
So how do you love somebody that has so much trauma?
I'm having a hard time, and I'm actually planning on having that conversation with him
Yeah.
today because I don't necessarily have to raise my boyfriend. He's a very, very mature individual, but even in his emotional maturity, um, he becomes triggered.
Mm.
And recently, I witnessed a little bit of his family dynamic in terms of conflict, and it makes sense to me now
Yeah.
why he's so reactionary and he blows up and things kind of get to fuck you so quick
Mm-hmm.
because they're used to just violating each other's boundaries and then going to dinner afterwards. Like
Yeah.
nothing happened. And I'm not used to that.
Yeah. I think for me, like I struggle a little bit too, but it's not because of like the same reason. It's because I'm on a healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
So like I am no longer in a space where where things trigger me and like it's just okay. Like I'm now in a space where things trigger me and I want to talk about it. And
Yeah.
my man is not there. Like he has triggers obviously and we've talked about triggers. And I feel like when you're in a relationship and you really care about the person that you're with, you don't intentionally try to trigger them. But sometimes you just do things that are just like, like just automatic responses or you just innately do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it triggers that person. And he is the type of person that will just avoid you until he's over it.
Yeah. Same.
Like
Yeah.
he will like I kid you not, I triggered this man 2 weeks ago.
He didn't speak to her.
We did not talk for the last week.
Yeah. He was and he, triggered me before he left for New Orleans and I didn't speak to him for 3 days. I let him have his trip.
Yeah. And so it's like not only do you have to figure out how to love somebody just as an individual and like learn how like love them through y'all's differences,
Yeah.
but you have to also love them through their trauma because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't intend like you're not obviously I don't wake up like oh yeah I'm about to trigger the fuck out of this nigga, but
Facts.
like sometimes it's just things that I do just like remotely trigger him and you gotta really be conscious. I feel like relationships are harder than people like to make them seem.
No, they are just as hard as everybody keeps saying, but nobody's doing the work. That's the problem.
No, I feel like sometimes people try to make you feel like if your relationship is not easy, it's not a real relationship.
But if your relationship is easy, it's not a real relationship.
That's how I feel.
If you're like just, I mean, and in some aspects, I will say, you can be happy. You know what I'm saying? You can have more good days than bad ones, but you
Difficulty does
have
not
bad days.
determine happiness,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because I feel like when there's difficulty and adversity and you make it through, that makes your relationship even stronger.
Absolutely. I feel like that's probably one of my favorite aspects of my relationship right now, the conflict resolution aspect.
We
We
don't
can
have
have a
conflict resolution. We just be swinging it on our door
Yeah,
and then laughing about it later.
I hate that. Yeah, me and my boyfriend can have a we can sit like we are gonna have a sit down
Yeah.
and we are gonna come to some kind of agreement and
No.
move on.
This past weekend, I got really drunk and left a lot
It's her favorite thing. She
of
either
voicemails.
leaves voicemails or writes like 3-page papers in
I
text
really
message
do.
form.
Listen, I think I did both, honestly. And it's so crazy because I don't even have the proof, the evidence, because also
Her phone
during the
got wet.
weekend, I had to wipe my phone. But
Hmm.
anyways,
He has
this
the proof. He'll play it for
MFer,
you.
he got the proof. And he thought it was a good idea to play that shit back. Nigga, I don't want to hear that. Like,
Yeah, hear it.
you're not about to embarrass me in front of me. Like,
You
quit
gonna
playing with
embarrass me
me.
in front of my people?
Who else did you play this shit for? Was you at your homeboy's house
Nah,
playing?
no, bro, listen to this shit. Listen to
Listen to
her.
how crazy this bitch is. Like, delete that shit. Why did you save that, bro? Like,
Save it.
you know how hard it is to go and like download a voicemail and save it and do all that.
No,
Are
it's
you
not
dead
hard at
ass?
all. Yeah, dead ass as fuck.
He
Hell
had him in
yeah.
his notes, like
I
boom,
know
boom, boom,
that's
boom,
right.
boom.
He had him ready for you, bitch. He said, I'm gonna talk to that that bitch
He
else
gonna
tonight.
press play. I said, please turn that shit off.
And he pressed play on that motherfucker.
Please turn that shit off. Please delete it. Burn it. Burn it.
Right now, get rid of it. I don't know.
Reese, where are we at on time? Oh wow.
I mean, we could go a little longer. I
Yeah.
a little bit extra.
Yeah, what you gotta say?
I mean, I feel like we've had this conversation before though, but I feel like the most hurtful part right now in dating somebody with trauma is teaching them.
Mm. Teach them how to love you through
Teaching them
their
how,
trauma.
yeah, like trying to communicate, like that is like in conflict though. Like when you're in the heat of the moment and you're
Yeah.
angry and you're trying not to be disrespectful anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've, have been blessed to have a mom that was a counselor, like I know how to communicate respectfully in conflict.
Right.
He does not.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts me every time. And I
Yeah.
hang up on him. Because once you start getting disrespectful on my phone, you think it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Boo, boo, boo. Try again.
So I told you about this. I think it was yesterday. I might have been today, but I was just having a conversation with Reese, and I'm very much an over communicator. So when it comes to like day to day or even just like how I'm feeling or whatever, I just like word vomit. And my man is the complete opposite. And so we were talking about how like just as hard as it is for me to not communicate as much as I do, it's just as hard for him to communicate a little bit more. And so like it's like learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And so I find myself like so frustrated because to me it feels like, all right, motherfucker, like how hard is it to just be like, hey, I'm running to the store. Click. But for me, it's innate because I want somebody to know where I'm at every moment because I don't want something to happen to me and
And they don't
nobody know
know
where
where
I'm on
I'm
my way
at.
to
Yeah.
or like, where the destination is. And when somebody is not used to that, it's like, okay, well, I don't have nobody clocking me or I don't want nobody clocking me. And I think for men specifically, communication means like taking away some of their power. And I don't understand that.
So, in her boyfriend's case, and I've told this to her before, his specific triggers makes that make sense.
Mm,
Because he always feels like a woman is trying to control him and
yeah,
like strip him of his independence. So
yeah,
her being hovering and clocking him feels like Warren G, even though she's really just worried about him. Because if he was to get kidnapped at the liquor store and she thinks he's at work, she don't know to tell the cops to look at the liquor store. You know?
right.
And I
To me, it's
agree.
always about safety.
For me
Like it's
too.
never like you better be asking me fucking permission. Like
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person. So like I feel like I just be wanting to know like you're good. Like to me, it's like all right, I'm going here. You let me know when you arrive. You let me know when you're leaving, and then I see you when you get home.
Hmm.
And it don't have to be like, oh, I'm going here. Is it okay with you? Or how do you feel about me going X Y
Right.
Z? Like you are
Especially
grown
tell
as
me,
fuck.
do what you gotta
You
do.
can tell me what you're doing, unless it's some sketchy ass shit. Then you can ask me how I'm feeling about it. But I never walk into a situation where it's like, you better tell me what you're doing, who you're with, how long you're going to be there. Like it's more so just like, okay, let me know you made it. All
Hmm.
right, how long do you think you're going to be there? Because I might be waiting up for you.
I'm definitely gonna be waiting up for you. I'm
Exactly.
that girlfriend. I'm staying
So
up all
let me
night.
know to not wait up for you.
Yeah, let me know you're gonna
Because one
sleep.
thing about me, I'm going to go to sleep.
She won't. She'll be up waiting on me back
I
in bed.
will. I will.
It's okay.
I
Me too.
will.
No shade.
But like, you know, I feel like to me, communication can save a lot of problems.
Me too. I feel like for a lot of black men, especially, there is a lack of healthy relationship dynamic because of the parent dynamic. You
Yeah.
know,
Sometimes it don't even be the parents.
they don't
Sometimes it
like. It's
just
not
be
even just the
with
parent.
the.
They just don't have any examples of a healthy relationship, so they don't know how to
I
operate
had I had
anymore.
an ex that said to me like, I don't want to be married because I've never seen a successful marriage. Like every marriage that I've seen has ended in divorce.
Hmm.
So I'm not even about to sign up for
And
that
that's
shit.
real shit. If you've never seen it work, you don't think it can.
Right.
And that's just for basic friendships. Like if you've never seen
Hmm.
a successful friendship, you don't want friends because you don't understand like how that could transpire safely.
Right.
And I feel, you know, happy to be able to have a friend like Miracle because even though she's been through so much in her life, she's an amazing friend. Like
I
she
try.
doesn't let it bleed
Yeah.
over at all.
I try to be the friend that I expect from people. Like, and not I don't want to say expect, but I feel like the friend group that I have now, and it's taken a while for me to get to where I am, but like the friend group that I have now, and they're not all like friends. So like I have separate friends for separate things, and like
Mm-hmm.
I'm appreciative of the fact that like all my friends can be in the same room and it not be no animosity or weird stuff. But like the friend group that I have now, everybody does things that I would do for them. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know if I ever need to vent or cry or like bitch money complain, I could call Nique because she would do the same for me or like the same to me. Or like if I need a friend to do something, like there's something happening and I need to call somebody to do something right now, I'm calling Isis because
Isis is gonna do
she
it
is
right
a
now.
problem solver. Like Isis will be like, all right, what's the situation?
Figure
Here's
out
the
how to fix
solution.
it. We're gonna fix it right now.
Exactly. If I need somebody to boot, call Talia.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
she's doing anything.
Like she's
Bitch, I want to
always.
drive to California right now. She'll be like, I'm packing my bag.
She will be like, I will be like, let's get on a plane and go to Mexico right now, bitch. And she will move some money around and figure out a way to get there. Like, but I feel like, and then like Shania is the same way. Like if I need somebody to call, bitch, money complain, or I feel like how I am for you in the big sister role, that's Shania for me. Like she's older than me, she be putting me hip to some stuff. And so it's the same. Like if I need guidance, I'm calling Shania, and she will be like, "Girl, you're crazy." But I feel like I'm the same way for a lot of my friends too. So the friend group that I got right now is solid. We were having this conversation. I don't know if you remember. It was a couple months ago. But you asked me like if I got married right now, who my bridesmaids would be.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Especially because I recently just got asked to be a bridesmaid by a friend of mine.
Okay.
So to be a part of that lineup means that, like, I mean something to her,
Right.
and she means something to me.
I feel like who would? Okay, I feel like we need to run this back because I don't
Run it
remember.
back. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I have five. My five is family,
Okay.
besides Melanie. So I mean, and you.
Yeah.
So it would be Melanie, you, my cousin John A, my cousin Talisa, my little sister.
Okay. That's fine.
My five.
I think it would be you, Talia, Shania, Isis, and Armana.
If I probably would have six because I want Tanaya in my wedding because she made me in hers. Like she'd probably be my matron of honor because she'll be married first.
Yeah. I feel like my cousin need to be in that bitch too because my cousin is my road dog. Like.
Tanaya got me through motherhood.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. I'm sure I've said this to you in person, but if you've never heard it, she is the reason why I did not have postpartum depression because I would call her on like my worst day as a mom and be like, "Bitch, are you ready to quit?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm ready
I
to
feel like
quit."
I would have to have six because my cousin need to be in there because I feel like me and my cousin got close at a really dark time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably don't even know this because we don't really talk about shit like this, but like, she's like a special light in my life.
Yeah, I feel the same
By the
about
way,
Tanaya.
Slim Shady on the glasses.
Period. Plug in.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like that would be my six.
Yeah, my six too.
Yeah. But my nigga don't got six
My nigga don't got. I mean, I think he got like four.
friends. So, okay, this is a conversation that me and Shania were just having.
Okay.
You're with somebody who doesn't have the same amount of people to be in your wedding. What do you do?
Elope. We're having a private ceremony.
Okay. No bridesmaids. No nothing.
Elope. We're having a
All
private
right. All
ceremony.
right. Cool. We're all
Yeah.
on the same page.
Because I don't think that's fair. My bridesmaid have to walk alone.
I'm sure my nigga would let Blue walk.
That's a shame. And who's walking with Blue? Me?
One of y'all bitches. Leashing off.
No. I mean, I think my friend can pull it together. I think he can find 6 people to do it.
Yeah.
He's
He might be able to find 6 people too. I'm not giving him enough credit. I feel like
I think he
there
could
would be a
definitely do it.
solid four, but like two of
Solid
them
four
would
for
be
sure.
like
Regular people, like friend of a friend type people.
yeah,
Like your
like,
brother could do it too, so I
yeah,
can fill up some spots.
right.
Yeah.
Like my brother would step in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like my brother is walking me down now, and I've said that since I was a little kid.
See, that's the reason why I don't want a ceremony because I'm iffy on my dad doing it. And not because I don't love my father. I love my father to death. He does for me often, but we don't have the absolute best relationship.
Yeah.
And that's such a, like, in that moment, I would be doing it more for him than myself.
So I feel differently because me and my brother don't have the absolute best relationship either. But at the end of the day, he is the epitome of a man that I would want to be with.
I don't agree. I don't have that in my dad.
Okay.
If I had to pick a man that I wanted to like and a model for my husband, it would be my Uncle Mike.
Mm.
He is the perfect husband. And I'm not saying he hasn't made mistakes. I don't know
Yeah.
what his marriage is on the ins and outs, but when his wife calls, he leaves.
Mm.
And like if whenever she has something going on, he buys flowers, he takes her out on
Gotcha.
dates. Like
I haven't seen my brother as a husband, but like the way that he cares for me, like my brother has set the tone for how I want to be treated by my man.
yeah, my uncle did the same.
Now he might not talk to me for a year and a half, but
It's, there it goes. The
but
toxic
that's
half.
the avoidant that I have in my man right now. So
Yeah, I mean it
you
comes
pray
back
to
to you.
God, you ask God to give you somebody like the person that you love the most, the man you love the most, and he give you the exact junior
Yeah.
version of that man. You can't really be mad at it.
Yeah, I've never really asked for an Uncle Mike and a boyfriend of mine, which is probably not. I've never gotten it specifically like that, but
Okay.
I've asked for a servant,
Okay.
like a
I
man
have
that
asked
serves
God to
for
give
his
me a
purpose.
man like my brother.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't do that because I knew
And then
that fear was gonna fall back
enter
on
my
me.
man to the chat. And I think I wasn't specific enough because I really meant give me a man that loves me like my brother. And I got my brother times two. So the avoidant, the freaking like I'm not even gonna talk to you. Like that is my man. Like
I asked, I asked God for something close to what I got.
okay.
I got
I
what
also asked him to show me if he wasn't for me to have him break up with me.
and
And that
he
has
hasn't
not
happened yet. Yeah, I haven't put that prayer out yet 'cause I'm scared.
happened. Okay.
But
Because it works.
yo,
Amazon
express
Prime.
shipping
Amazon
on
Prime.
yo,
God is sending that to
he's
you like it's a
X.
wrap.
Get it out. Get him out of there. And I don't want him out. I love him too much. I don't want to get rid of him.
Right.
But for me and my relationship, I feel like there's just he's so much of what I want that the
Mm-hmm.
things that
You
hurt
don't
me
really want.
don't even care. I don't even care. Like I'm willing to work on
You
it.
feel like that's dangerous though?
I have a line, so
Okay.
no.
You
Once he
have a line.
like if he crosses a certain line, love him or not, I'm getting rid of him because my
Mm.
boundaries matter. I
Reese
have
is
to.
shaking his head because we just had this conversation.
You have to no, but you have to have a line because if you don't have a line, no matter how much you love them, he'll just run right over you.
Okay, so how did you come to develop that line?
Trial and error. I've
Okay.
been in so many and some. I've been violated so many times in my life that as in my womanhood and especially in my motherhood, I
Okay.
have to be happy.
Yeah.
I have to
So
be able to
is
say
your
no.
line an action or is it a feeling?
Both.
Okay.
Cheating is a no go for me.
Right.
Always. Never. We can be cool, but we can never be together again because I will never trust you.
Okay.
In terms of the feeling, like with him, if he never works on how he speaks to me when he's angry, I will have to leave him because
Mm.
I cannot allow you to keep disrespecting me.
And do you put a time limit on that?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to fix it.
I'm asking you all these questions because I don't feel like I have a line.
Well, you have to kind of figure out.
So like obviously like there's no brainers. You put your hands on me, you cheat on me, like those are lines that if you cross, it's a
But
wrap.
me and you have let those things happen to us before.
That's true.
And and we didn't. You know what I'm saying? It got
But
to a point
it's
where
a line now. It wasn't a line
yeah,
before.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like if in my current relationship he cheated on me, he put his hands on me,
Those
are lines that I would like
absolutely.
you cross. But my man would never do that.
Yeah, he does stuff that irritates me.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't hurt me.
He don't like. And one thing I appreciate about him so much is I can raise my voice as much as I want to at him. He's never gonna raise his son.
And I wish.
Like he's like when we have conversations, like even yesterday, like I said, we was having a conversation and I'm yelling. He's like, "Could you please lower your tone? Like I'm trying to talk to you."
Not because you please lower your tone.
And he's like, "Please, like
I would shut the fuck up. I don't have nothing else to say after that.
Oh,
You
no,
go
I
ahead.
got something to say. But like he wouldn't. I don't even ever see him doing anything like that. And we've had conversations about cheating too. And I feel like when you're with somebody that has like borderline OCD, like to him, cheating on somebody is a no brainer. He's like, that's dirty. I don't know where that bitch was. You would never catch me like meeting somebody in the bar and
Just
taking her
fucking
home.
her.
He's like, I need to see a match art. I need to see like I need to know how many people you slept with. Like he is very much like that type of person.
our dynamic is switched. You know that.
Yeah.
He's you.
Yeah.
So he's the one that's like up and
Yeah.
pacing back and forth, and I'm just looking at him crazy.
Yeah.
It lights
I
him
don't be
up.
pacing more so I just be
He gets so, but I feel like I told you because I've experienced that situation with his family. Like I get it now because it's immediate. Like once he feels belittled, it's a wrap.
oh yeah.
And I am, as his partner, am trying to understand those triggers, but I'm also being triggered in the process. So I'm trying to find the middle ground between understanding that he is triggered and regressing
Right.
and also maintaining my boundaries.
Mm. Yeah. I feel like I need to get to a point where there is a line
I do too. I feel like
now.
you have to
I
kind of
don't know what that looks
figure
like.
out. But the thing is, when you decide what your line is, you have to be okay with the fact that you might still love him after leaving him.
Mm.
And
That be
that's
my
that's the
problem.
part that's hard, like
Yeah.
loving someone from afar.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely over time. It's like an
What
hour
else
and
you got?
30.
No, I don't think we hit 30. Where we at? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we can make this episode a little long. Well, we don't really have anything else on the bullet point,
Yeah.
unless you
Okay.
just wanted to do a segment real quick.
What else we got? I was
This
supposed to be trying to find a tweet, but I
you
did.
were supposed to be trying to finish it the other day, but our moment of clarity.
Oh, moment of clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, can you start, please? Because I need.
Um.
Oh wait, we have to introduce it
Okay,
because
so
we
our
didn't.
moment of the segment is called a moment of clarity. We're just going to be disclosing something that we've learned that brought us clarity, within the previous week. Um, so like I said, me and my boyfriend are having a little bit of a moment.
Mhm.
Um, and in the beginning, my feelings were hurt to an extent where I couldn't really identify what I was feeling. And after like day two, it kind of just came to me that the thing that we were just talking about, like having to teach your partner, bless you,
Excuse me. Sorry.
having to teach your partner um, how to be in a healthy relationship with you because they have no examples. And I'm kind of still waiting on my moment of clarity on what that looks like. But the clarifying thing was being able to identify that that was the underlying issue and not just that he hates me,
Oh man, in the last week. Okay, so I feel like my moment of clarity, even though I have been like, so at this point, I think I've probably had about 7 sessions with
hmm
my therapist. And I feel like once you get into therapy, you be thinking that you have everything figured out. And my moment of clarity is that like I actually need it. Like
Yeah.
this is not a situation where like I'm going to therapy because I might think that something's wrong, or like I need to work through some things. I have really deep rooted trauma.
Yeah.
Um, and as much as you try to like feel or want to believe that it's not really affecting you on a day to day, it
It is.
affects you every single day.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I've been working on in the last couple years is like how I am when I'm drunk.
Oh, this is a good one, guys.
Yeah, this is
Buckle up.
this is like something that we
Buckle
can
the
talk about.
fuck up.
But so like there used to be a time where I would get drunk and I would just be angry as fuck. Like saying things like blatantly like disrespectful things to people and like people that don't really have a relationship with. Like stuff that I just know. Like I remember I got drunk and I told this girl that her baby stink. Like and I stood 10 toes on that. Like bitch, your baby be banging. Like and
Yo,
what?
banging.
And part of it is I haven't met my match. Like nobody has punched me in my mouth. And another part of it is there's just like there's something in me that once I get drunk, I be mad as fuck. And so I work through that and now I feel like I'm at a point where I don't necessarily get mad. But there's still something in me where like if I feel like I be taking a lot of stuff personally. I'll say that.
Drunk and sober.
Yeah, drunk and sober. When I'm drunk, when I take stuff personally, I'm personally going to attack you.
Mm-hmm. Just get her lick back immediately.
Immediately. And I will say things that I don't even mean. Like wild, off the wall. Listen, me and my man are still having this conversation. He's very hurt about some stuff that I said to him while I was drunk. And like, I don't remember what I said, but obviously it had to be some shit that really had him like messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why I'm in therapy. Because why do I get so mad and why do I feel like I gotta attack back? Even though the intention was not to attack me. Why do I feel so attacked all the time?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was my moment of clarity. Just over the last couple of days, it wasn't even a week. And I also feel like I went so hard this last weekend because I didn't go to therapy.
Yeah.
I missed therapy because I was helping Isis with her.
She slept right through it.
I slept through therapy. Like I was tired as fuck. And I was really hoping that she was going to try. She was going to be able to get me in that same day, and she could not. And I was so sad about it. But yeah, like actually understanding that this is something that I need to go through. This is not just like, all right, bitch, you might have a lot of stuff. Like, no, bitch, you are crazy. Like, as hell.
I am the therapist amongst the group.
Two of us, yeah. She's a psychology major, so she
Yeah, like I, aforementioned, I am always looking at things at a 4-dimensional level.
Yes.
And
it's annoying as fuck.
So annoying.
Because sometimes I don't want to hear somebody else's perspective.
Sometimes I just want you to fucking.
I want you to hear what I'm saying. That's it. That's the truth. Don't tell me nothing about nobody else. I don't give a fuck what other angle you looked at it at. I don't care.
Who gives a fuck what other people feel? I feel like that's how she. And she's like, I don't even. She'll call me sometimes. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to hear the truth right now. That's fine.
I am absolutely different. I will say that. Don't even tell me nothing. I don't want to hear.
I just can't. But it hurts sometimes because even with my, like, if I was a regular bitch, my boyfriend would have been cut off by now. Because he just likes to take things too far.
Yeah.
And he gets angry quick.
I feel like if I was a regular bitch, my boyfriend would have been punched away by now.
Probably. The emotional maturity saves us. And I feel like the fact that we cook and clean regularly keeps them niggas around.
That's where the anger be. You be putting that shit in the fucking salmon.
Hell yeah. And his folded laundry is all my attitude. Yeah. Fuck your drawers, nigga.
Burn it. You have to have a release. And I think part of the reason why I be so maxed out now too is because I haven't been in the gym in so long.
I've been in, like, he pissed me off. I went 2 weeks in a row. 4 times a week. I was in there. I got
have you lose 15 pounds like that. You wouldn't lose some weight?
Have that nigga piss you off.
Have the nigga that you love piss you off. Not just any regular nigga. Just the
your
nigga that
favorite
you love.
one. Yeah. When your favorite one piss you
nigga.
off?
Yeah. You gonna be not eating for the rest of the month.
Fuck that. I don't have an appetite no more.
Facts.
But yeah, it's time. Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
We've been talking for way too long.
Well, guys, it's been real. We'll see you on another episode of Mind Body. Well, what's it called? Mind Body.
Wow,
Wine?
she is so lit right now. She don't even know what we're called.
What podcast?
Mind, Body, and Wine. Okay, the wine is gone, babe.
Well, mine is a little. Hold on.
We're gone. Okay,
we're gone.
We're cheersing.
Cheers.
To our empty glasses.